Subai, come here, I want to tell you something. He had just entered the classroom when Chen Roshua beckoned him. What's up? He walked over and asked. His seat was not far away as it was just across from hers. The head teacher just sent me a message saying that the school wants to laud us in the morning gathering. They will give us rewards and require us to wear proper school uniforms. The girl then handed him a school uniform. This is mine. You can probably fit in it. It's a bit too small for me. Reward. How much? He took the school uniform and asked excitedly. A sum of 20,000 yuan per person. The school is quite stingy, but it's better than nothing, replied the girl, shrugging. Wow, they're too stingy. We're victors of that contest, and no student from 4th high school has ever won it for years, right? Is it worth so little money? Subai immediately lost his interest and felt dull. Sigh. I guess it's better than nothing. He sighed and returned to his seat. While putting on his friend's school uniform, the faint scent refreshed his heart and soothed his unhappy mood. He found a book for the cub to self-study, then flipped through a related monster illustration book himself. As a pet tamer, it was very important to be knowledgeable. Only by understanding monsters could he come up with a corresponding plan and do well in battle. Even if a powerful high-level pet tamer encountered an unfamiliar monster, he could still calculate the corresponding abilities based on the monster's characteristics and then develop a countermeasure. Chen Roshua was also looking at the monster illustration book, but her evolved big demon was a little restless. From time to time, it played as a ghost to attract her attention. It had chewed and swallowed the book that she had given it, really thoroughly eating it. Subai, these are the test results of our pets. Can you please customize cultivation programs for them? Jiang Yang and Chen Tingting ran into the classroom, putting 2 forms in front of their friend. No problem, I'll give them to you after school. Subai glanced at the forms. These guys were really impatient. Thank you. Thank you. The 2 whispered their thanks, glanced at the Chinese teacher in the corridor, and hurriedly ran back to their seats. The Chinese teacher entered the classroom and chided them for talking and not studying. Next Monday was the day of the spirit test, and the following Monday would be the day to divide them into classes. The atmosphere in the class was very melancholy and depressing. Only the wholly unafraid Subai and those with poor grades were currently indifferent and did not feel any mental pressure. As for everyone, they were eagerly awaiting the test. Soon, the self-study was over, and all the students went to line up in the field. This was a routine gathering every Monday morning. The leaders of the school emphasized on health and safety, among other issues, then they spoke a few words of encouragement before finally saying, "Next, we have a piece of good news to announce. Many students may already know it, but the rest still don't. That is, last week, students Subai and Chen Roshua of classes 2.4 entered the Trainee Pet Tamer Survival Challenge, jointly held by Carp Mountain Gymnasium, Xingyu Gymnasium, and many other institutions. They have since emerged as champions of the competition. Even against opponents with warlord pets, they relied on their flexible and courageous tactics to win the championship and obtain honor for our school. After discussing it with the school leaders, we decided to issue an Outstanding Performance Award certificate and a cash reward of 20,000 yuan to both. Let us applaud and welcome the 2 students to the stage to receive their awards." Under the warm applause, the pair came on stage to receive the monetary reward and the certificate. Student Subai, were you surprised to win the championship? After all, your opponents were seeded players from other middle schools and high schools with powerful pets at the warlord level. The principal asked with a smile. The boy thought for a while and replied, "No, I wasn't surprised. I never thought of facing off against them. The requirement of the competition was to obtain number tags, not fight the opponents." The principal. Could you be a little more humble? With you speaking so righteously, how am I supposed to continue? Then what about student Chen Roshua? He turned and looked at the girl. I also don't think it's surprising as the both of us prepared for it. The team players are too young to figure out our tricks. Also, we are seeded players ourselves. The girl was even more self-righteous. The principal. D***MN. He should not have asked them to make any acceptance spiel. Even if they thought the remuneration was too small, they did not have to do this. On the contrary, the students below saw the embarrassment of the principal, as well as the school leaders, and they could not help but cover their mouths, sniggering. "Okay, you can go down now," said the principal, pointing to the steps expressionlessly. As the duo got down happily, the classmates all cast envious gazes on them. During lunch break in school, Su-bai handed 2 written nurturing plans to Jiang Yang and Chen Tingting. He rejected Yang Ju's request to eat together and went to the teacher's dormitory building, instead. Knock knock. Is Teacher Hu inside? He knocked on the door. "Oh, student, what is it?" The English teacher opened the door and let him in. He glanced at her and asked, "Teacher, I want to buy a better wood skill, but the ones sold outside are a bit too ordinary. Can you get me a good one from the cultivation house?" Actually, he could have easily found his master, Gaon, for this matter, but he did not want to trouble the old man. "Oh, you've found the right person for this." Hu Jie smiled. "Wait for me after school this afternoon, I'll take you there to choose yourself. I myself have collected a lot of good skill jades." "Thank you, teacher," expressed Su-bai immediately. "No problem, in any case, I'll charge you for it." The lady educator smiled. "Anyway, you came just in time. Help me solve 2 problems. I've been reading this cultivation book, but I can't seem to understand it," explained the teacher. "Okay." After helping her solve the questions, Su-bai left. Her questions were not too difficult and only challenged a different way of thinking.